and also the return of allowing public use of buildings. These are all discussions that were held at the Board of Selectmen meeting last night, and we will update you just as soon as information is available. It's baseball season in Jewett City once again, and the Jewett City Little League will be holding baseball assessments, otherwise known as tryouts. But they're not called tryouts anymore. They're called assessments. The assessments are going to take place on Saturday, March 27th, with a rain date of Sunday, March 28th at the Jewett City Little League Field number 1 at 72 Wilson Street in Jewett City. And if your child does not own a bat, they will have some sanitized for you. And also no sharing of gloves, helmets, or bats. Check-in time is 15 minutes prior to the session. Now, the sessions are from 9:30 to 10:30. That's the baseball league age for 11 to 12. 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., that's for ages 9 and 10. And then 12:30 to 1:30, that will be for ages 7 and 8. And any 6-year-old that played 1 year of T-ball. If you have any questions, contact Patricia at 860-237-2914. The Board of Finance has a special meeting scheduled for tonight, and on the agenda is nothing more than the fiscal year budgets for the upcoming year. The senior center is not on this agenda as far as the cost overruns are expected. That doesn't mean that they won't talk about it, but that is tonight. And you can join them on the Zoom conferencing system, and you can get that meeting information on grizzle-ct.org and simply click on meetings and agendas. Did you know that this is National Drug and Alcohol Facts Week? And for all types of facts on drugs and alcohol and their effects, especially on our nation's youth, head on over to grizzledpride.org. It's going to be triple event Saturday on Saturday, April 24th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 3 different activities will be going on, including the Unplugged activities, which are put on by Griswold Youth and Family Services. It's also Earth Day weekend for our community cleanup, and it's also the National DEA Drug Take Back Day, which will happen at Town Hall. There is an event on Facebook that you can follow called the DEA Drug Take Back and Unplugged Activity Drive-Thru Day.
The 8:30 a.m. report has been brought to you by the Burns Agency. With offices in Dayville and Norwich, find out why you'll buy better at Burns.
This is your local weather forecast on SNSN. Cloudy skies today, maybe some drizzle here and there, but becoming mostly sunny by the afternoon with temperatures around 70 degrees. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers after midnight. Otherwise, mostly cloudy up until that with temps right around 50 degrees, a little bit warm tonight. And for tomorrow, showers are likely in the morning and then gradually becoming more sunny in the afternoon with temperatures around 67 degrees.
Online. It's just music in the morning.
Rock You Grew Up, the streaming news and sports network.
All right. Good morning. Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's 8:33. I'm sorry. I got to do this. I can't do this. Can't. You offended by that? You're not? You sure? You sure you're not offended?
It's all right by me.
All right. Because you look down on me. Literally, you're 6'5".
It's okay.
So this morning we are showcasing all of the Griswold High School basketball seniors, both boys and girls. Right now we have Tyler.
Hello.
How you doing, Tyler?
I'm all right.
You're a number 44.
I was.
Now, how tall are you? Did they retire your number?
No, they did not.
You probably should have, huh?
I'm around like 6'6".
6 foot. Okay, because we were just talking, and one of the funny things is that they had this kid listed at Woodstock Academy. They said 6'6", but you were 2-3 inches taller than him.
Yeah,
easily. So speaking about Woodstock and all, tell us about that game. I mean, that was probably the best game you guys played as a team all year long.
Yeah, we came to play. We wanted that one really bad. So it started off really close. Actually, we held them at the half, and then they kind of took away in the third quarter. We don't play the third quarter very well this year.
Yeah. it seemed to be an issue all year long.
Yeah, it's
Well-
definitely a recurring thing.
So one of the things that I do want to mention, like about you and stuff like that, early in the season, and it was a messed up season.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, no.
You guys didn't really have, time to prepare
Yeah.
or anything like that. So
Before our first game, we had like 6 practices, and then we had to fill in virtuals just to be able
Yeah.
to play our first game.
what's a virtual practice? What is that all about?
Just like workouts. We had to film our workouts and send them in.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
So let me ask you a question. Did you do a workout and then, or maybe 2 different versions of it, edit it down a little bit, and then send it to coach and say it's different every day?
No, I actually did them differently. I'm sure someone on my team did that.
Yeah.
Used it.
Now you weren't supposed to be the only senior this year.
I wasn't. No.
The other one was Anthony Franklin, which we should mention just because he was out with an injury.
Yeah.
So, but you guys didn't get to play with Anthony, and you guys did just fine otherwise.
Mhm.
So you personally, one of the things that I noticed is that and we do know it was very early in the season. It was a messed up year. You guys really didn't get to practice, all that much. Same thing with the girls as well,
Mhm.
which we're going to talk to in a few minutes. But you at the beginning, you got a little bit of foul trouble.
Yeah.
And towards, I don't know, maybe the 4th game, 5th game, which would have been a normal season, I wish you guys would have had 20 games because.
I wish.
So tell me what happened when all of a sudden you started not getting into foul trouble anymore.
I don't know. One day, me and coach had a little talk before practice. He told me how much like the team needed me, so I really tried to calm it down. And then ever since that, I've only had 1-2 fouls a game.
Yeah. You were pretty good, and we were, you started getting all sorts of rebounds.
Mhm.
You seemed to be, what was weird? You started to be seemed like you were more aggressive underneath the basket,
Yeah, maybe.
and you weren't getting as many fouls. How does that happen? Usually, if you're more aggressive, you're going to get more fouls.
Yeah, just the thought that the team needed me. I had to be careful, but I know the team needed me on offense too. It couldn't just all revolve around us shooting on the perimeter. So
We watched one game, one of the games we called out in Wyndham, and you had during one possession from Wyndham, you swatted away 3 balls
yeah,
in one shot. And my cohort in calling the game, Scott Fryer,
yeah,
he started calling you a different name. Did he tell you about that?
the gambler.
The Gambler.
Yeah, I watched it over.
He said knows when to hold him, knows when to fold him. So yeah, your game totally changed.
Absolutely.
So you did well. So what are you going to remember most about your senior year, good, bad, or indifferent?
The thing I'm gonna remember is just the no spectators. The sound in there. Usually you struggle to hear the coaches across the court, but you could hear Mo screaming the whole time.
Yeah.
There's no energy in there really, besides for just the players. I wish we could have had some sort of spectators.
Yeah, that especially the parents.
Yeah.
And they didn't get to see the games at all.
Yeah.
Unless it was on some live stream somewhere.
Mhm.
So tell us about the trip home from the Woodstock game on the bus. I heard that was a little emotional.
Yeah. So on the way home, coach talked probably for half the way home, with the 50-minute ride or whatever it is to Woodstock, just about how proud he was, how young we are, and how we stood a chance in that game against 6 seniors,
Yeah.
5 starting seniors.
Yeah.
For how unexperienced we are and how he hasn't had a game like that in many years.
Yeah, you guys played awesome. I mean, you guys ended up losing the game, but
Mhm.
let me tell you something. You guys, if you ask me, you guys won the game because you guys were amazing that game.
Yeah, we
It
came
was
to
the best
play.
game you guys played all year.
Definitely.
What did you guys think about the first game against Killingly? How did you feel about that? Because that was kind of a mess
That game was really a mess. So we actually watched that game.
for both teams, not just you guys.
Yeah.
But
So we watched that game probably a couple days before our Killingly game recently, and it really wasn't worth watching. There was so much error. There was so many. It felt like a scrimmage. It really felt like a scrimmage. It was we didn't have a lot of practices at the time. It wasn't very organized.
Right.
I came into foul trouble right in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't just you. It was everybody.
Yeah,
So
no one was really on at that point.
So what's next for you? You're not going to play baseball.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Next for me is probably, I don't know. I'm still undecided whether I want to go to college or not.
Okay.
So
Have you thought about where maybe or?
yeah, I've been messaging the Avery Point coach back and forth, and if not there, I'll probably just go to CCRI.
Gotcha. Do you have roots in Rhode Island or?
Yeah, my stepsister goes to CCRI too,
Got it.
but I don't live out there, so I'd have to pay tuition.
So if you could give any words of wisdom to any incoming freshmen next year about say Coach Mo or anything about Griswold basketball, what would it be? Because you don't have to answer for it because
Have fun with Coach Josh.
have fun with Coach Josh.
Yeah, they'll get the experience real quick.
Good. All right. Tyler, thank you very much. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
And we will we will talk to you soon, hopefully. And thanks for providing a whole bunch of excitement. Damn, you're tall. Jesus. All right, that's Tyler Griffin, number 44. And we're going to have the Griswold senior girls in just a couple of minutes. They can come in. Who wants to come first? Well, y'all can come in. Come on in and have a seat.
Move the chair over. You can't be seen.
All right, so Samantha Falco will not be on camera because she doesn't want to be on camera. She's cringing in the corner for crying out loud. So we get to see is it Amanda or is it Mandy? What do you like to be called? Mandy. Okay. And they're Abby or Abigail?
Abby.
Okay. So we have the fun girls over here, and we got Sam over there. No. It's funny because I told them, I said I wouldn't recognize them if I saw them on the street because now they have regular street clothes on, school clothes on, and looking at them, on with their uniforms on, that's usually how I notice you guys or I could recognize you guys. When you guys walked in, like I didn't know who the heck you were. I honestly had no idea. So anyway, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Abby Wang.
Okay, and you played what position?
Center or forward.
Okay.
I'm Mandy Brailer and I played forward.
Okay, and go ahead, Sam.
Sam and I play guard.
Sam, does Sam have a last name today?
Falco.
Oh, there we go. All right. So I'm going to ask this as a blanket question. You guys just tell me. Anybody can answer it. What was senior year basketball in a pandemic like?
It was definitely not normal. I wish that we could have played more games, but honestly, I think we did the best that we could for the time that we had, and I'm really proud of the team that we had this year.
Yeah, Mandy, what do you think?
I mean, I'd say it was a lot easier with like conditioning wise, than other years because like the masks and stuff.
It makes it difficult.
Yeah.
You can't breathe, Sam's just saying, no, I don't want to say nothing. So Sam told me before this that it was easy and you girls are wimps. So, am I starting a fight here? No, she doesn't want to talk. You really don't want to talk, do you?
What?
There's nobody listening. Nobody cares. Were you guys? Was there an unsung captain of the team or leader? I mean, we all know, there are captains, but who's the player that everybody looked up to?
Probably Abby.
Did you know
She's
that?
the loudest.
Did you know that?
I don't know. I feel like we all really they look up to all of us, but I guess I am the loudest, so maybe they're forced to listen to me more than everyone else.
I would say from calling games, and being there doing play-by-play, that you were definitely the most vocal and the most giddy up and to get people going.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So, what role, Mandy, do you think that you played? Because you were pretty tough underneath in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, at practice, I just kind of take people aside and help them instead of being the loud one. So.
How about you, Sam?
I don't know.
I am going to ask you one question.
Yeah.
Okay. 20 points in about 3 minutes against Wyndham. Was it Wyndham? Woodstock Academy. You guys were behind, and you hit the winning shot. What was going through your mind? Because you were just like automatic.
I don't know. I just had a hot hand that night. So.
Yeah. It could be anybody at any time, huh?
Yeah.
And that night it was you. Well, it was a wonderful job. It was a great game because we were in Woodstock, calling the boys' game, but we had you guys on a phone and we were watching the stream there so we could keep people updated that we're watching our game. Nobody could believe it. So you were amazing that night. So good job. Good job. So what other interests do you have besides basketball?
Lacrosse.
Volleyball?
Softball.
Okay. So now that's coming up pretty soon. You guys getting have you gone like seamlessly from one sport to another? That's pretty much what happens.
Yeah.
Got it. What about after school is done?
I'm going to Worcester State, majoring in occupational therapy, and I'm playing lacrosse.
Okay.
I'm going to Three Rivers for my first 2 years.
Sure. Get your prereqs. Yeah.
I'm going to Three Rivers for 2 years.
Yeah. I'm going to go to Three Rivers for a couple of years. I'm not joking. So I'll flunk everything. So. I don't think I'm having a good student because my daughter's in 8th grade and I can't do her math whatsoever. How do you feel about basketball being over?
It's sad. The last game I was definitely emotional just because they don't lie when they say that the 4 years flies by fast, and it definitely did. And especially since that was like probably my last basketball game ever, it just was a little sad. But
do you think you'll play basketball in other leagues, or
I don't know.
do you think you've had your fill?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna focus on lacrosse.
Got it. Now, do you ladies have jobs too, or that you work on? No.
I work at Buttonwoods.
Buttonwoods. Okay.
I work at Town Grill in Voluntown.
Oh, I knew that actually. I knew that. But that's very good. So, who? Tell me, since Coach Babs is here, who's your favorite coach?
Definitely Babs.
Definitely Babs. You hear that, Babs?
I
wasn't listening. All right, he wasn't listening. What's your goal past high school? I'm gonna ask you guys, right down the line here. What do you think? Please don't feel pressured or whatever, and then we'll be done. But I just wanted to show everybody the and give you guys respect, from it's being seniors and having a great year. It was a pandemic. I mean, how do you guys did whatever you did necessary to make it a good year or as best as you could. So you guys all did great jobs. It was fun watching you guys. And the one thing is that you guys are the first class that I've seen all 4 years. We started off with a couple of years before you guys, but we got to see all 4. So it's been fun watching all 4 of you guys, all 3 of you guys play for the 4 years in various sports, you in basketball and in softball, and in basketball as well. So what's your goal? What's your goal past high school, past college, past sports?
I definitely want to become an occupational therapist.
Okay.
Just to be successful.
Okay. Sam, what is successful? What does successful mean?
What is successful?
Yes,
mean?
what does successful mean?
I don't know. It's different for everyone.
That's the perfect answer. That honestly is the best answer. Are you guys nervous or something? No, there's camera right there. They'll be staring at you. Anyway, thank you guys for coming in.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it. So that's Abby and Mandy and Sam. Sam, you did a good job. You did a good job. So those are the high school seniors that play basketball at Griswold High School. And we will be back with time traveler Joe in a little bit right here on SNSN.